Do you love Australian Labradoodle puppies? If you do, you're really going to like watching this video. This is our second litter update installment for the Northwest Noir puppies from Isle Doodles. And in today's video, we're going to share all their beautiful opened eyes with you. We're going to talk about whether they could hear or not yet. We're going to discuss desensitization very briefly, and we're going to talk about something that normally is not part of our video routine, and that's moving, because these puppies are going to be moving to a new location shortly. Hi, I'm Claire from Isle Labradoodles, and as you can see, everybody's doing really well. You can see blue collar boy there. He is being very innovative at how to get a spot at the milk bar. Now what's happening here is these puppies, they are almost 5 times their birth weight, and they are just over 2 weeks old. It's Friday and they will be 3 weeks old on Tuesday. So they're about 2.5 weeks old. But they are so far ahead of schedule. They have done everything fast. And if you just take a look here at the lineup of everyone, especially Mr. Orange, who I'll just move back into the lineup here, or actually I'll just show you. Look at how wide this puppy is. I mean, really, he is inches wide. Oh my goodness. He's not fat. You can see he doesn't have a huge hanging down tummy, but oh my, his ever solid. This whole litter is just so robust. I don't think we have had a litter that has been this chunky and solid for quite some time. Now, if you're on this litter list, you may be thinking, uh-oh, does that mean my Labradoodle is going to weigh 50 pounds? Not at all. This just means they are having a really solid foundation. Now, what's going to happen is when they get a little bit older, probably around the 4 or 5 week point, their weight gains are going to drop dramatically, and they'll be much less each week. And you'll see that they'll thin out even a bit because this level of chunkiness is not likely what you're going to see when it comes to pickup day. You never know. Maybe he's just a big solid boy. Everybody open their eyes on schedule or ahead of schedule. Orange collar boy here, this big chunker, he beat our record and he had his eyes open on day 9. This is quite an unusual thing. Sometimes we have puppies who are a bit precocious and they open their eyes on day 11, but day 9 is a record. You'll see blue collar boy there, he's showing you how strong they are. They're all up and walking on all 4s. And again, this is not something we see with this level of coordination at this point in time. This is more something I would expect to see in about a week from now. Now, a week may not sound like a long period of time, but when you're a dog and your lifespan is about 15 years, a week is a long time. Just like they're pregnant for 9 weeks rather than 9 months. They go home to you at 8 weeks, all these things. So a lot happens to a puppy when they're young. But these guys they're just blowing through all the charts. Right, Mama KyAnne? KyAnne's doing a great job. She's super attentive, but she has that lovely way about her where she is not a helicopter mom. The only time she is over the top attentive is if anyone is going to the bathroom. She is absolutely adamant that this box stay pristine. Now, normally we have to change things out this carpet really regularly with moms, but with KyAnne, she keeps it so clean, there's never anything on it. We do change it out anyways, but she just is a wonderful housekeeper. Now, you probably just maybe saw her growl or heard her growl, and you can see she's looking out. She can see out through the glass doors. There's absolutely nothing there, but it could be that she's heard something in the front. She is a very protective mama, but she is super smart. When it's one of our dogs, such as Ripple, who loves to come in and see the puppies, she's fine. She's like, okay, sure. Hey, why don't you take a turn and I'll go and sit around outside and you be the babysitter. But if somebody comes into the house that's new, there's quite a ruckus that's set up. So what we need to do is we have to let KyAnne out. She has to come and meet whoever it is, sniff them, check them out, and just give herself comfort that, oh, it's okay, mom and dad know who it is, they seem to be safe, and then she's fine. We had someone over for dinner last weekend, and they really wanted to see the puppies. And we don't let people handle the puppies, of course, at this age. But I took one and just held them up to the glass door, and KyAnne was totally fine with that. Some moms would not permit that to happen, but she's fine. She's very trusting. We have a really good relationship. She's very bonded with us, and it's really nice to see. So these guys, since our last video, have done quite a lot of things. They've opened their eyes, and as I said, Orange Collar Boy opened his eyes in record time. Everybody's eyes were opened by day 13. Nobody waited for day 14, and most of them had their eyes open on day 12. Now, the big news is, though, we're not even at 3 weeks, and all of them can hear. They all have their ears open. This, again, is really quick. Sometimes dogs will open their ears right after their eyes, but generally speaking, it's another week to 10 days before their ears open. Not these guys. They opened their eyes and said, okay, well, let's open our ears. So how come puppies are born with their eyes and their ears sealed shut? What is the purpose of that? Well, the reason is because when they're born, their neurological systems are not developed to the point where they are able to handle all of that external stimuli. So nature has designed them to be born where there is no external stimuli in order to protect their neurological systems while they're developing. Then as soon as they're ready, their eyes will open. And then as soon as they're ready after that for more, then their ears were open. So clearly this litter of puppies had a very quick neurological development because, as I said, they opened their eyes early and now their ears are all open. Now, in terms of their body strength and their body tone, excellent in this litter. That's why we're seeing so much muscle, coordination, and strength that's letting them get up and walk around on all fours. Now, this may not seem like anything big deal, but generally speaking, do you need help to get out? Do you want me to move them? There you go. Sorry, just KyAnne looks like she wants to get out, and she was not wanting to step over top of her babies. There we go. And she was worried she couldn't find a safe way to get out because I'm in here too. And I'll just take advantage of her being gone and stretch my legs out a bit because this box is not that big. Here, excuse me, guys. There we go. There you go. So they are, as you can see, here's Red Collar Girl. She's walking around. Because they have gained weight so quickly and developed so nicely, they already have that coordination and strength and muscle tone in order to allow them to get up on all fours and start moving around. So when this happens, this is our signal that we need to move them. Now, normally when we move the puppies, all that's happening is we take them from this very small whelping box and we move them out into our doodle den where we gradually increase the amount of space they have. And we take them out of this box, we put them on a flat surface, but we put them with a crate so they can get in and out. Now, these guys are too little to get in and out of a crate. They're not tall enough yet. So we will just start with a bed for them. But these guys are going to move this afternoon, but they have another huge move in their future because they are moving with us to our new location in Deep Bay. Now, this is a big event because puppies don't normally move their entire home when they're just little like this. And I'm so grateful that this litter is such a nice, fast developing one so that transition is going to be an easy one for them. The other thing is KyAnne is not a girl who gets fussed easily. She is a very laid back, just lets everything wash all over her type of dog. You'd think she'd been born on Vancouver Island, but she was actually born in Ottawa. We purchased her from a fellow breeder in Ottawa, Linda. So we can't say that it's because she's a British Columbian and she's got that laid-back style. But in any event, things do not bother KyAnne. She just goes with the flow. So she'll be totally fine with it. Reynolds and I are going to go over first thing in the morning, and we're going to get her new spot all set up in our new doodle den, our deep bay doodle den. And then it will just be a matter of we will transport them in our car in this whelping box to keep them safe and secure. They're too young to put in a crate. And if we put KyAnne and the puppies all in the same crate, it's too crowded, too much of a chance of the puppy being hurt. And if we just let them out in the back of my SUV with the seats down, too easy for one to fall off or get into trouble. Too distracting when you're driving. So we'll take this whelping box, and this open spot here, there is a panel that slips into it, so it will be completely enclosed and secure. We'll put KyAnne in here with them. KyAnne won't be interested in getting out, and then everybody will be contained for the drive. It's about an hour and a half away from where we are now. So that's what we're going to be doing in less than a week. It's next Thursday that we'll be moving the puppies. So this is our last video from this location. KyAnne's litter was the last litter to be born here. They're going to be the first ones to go home from our new spot and where we'll be filming from. So we're pretty excited about all of that for them. Now the puppies, we're going to talk a little bit about desensitization. So part of this move does involve desensitizing puppies. Now what does that mean? I mean, we do this all the time. Basically what we are doing is teaching the puppies right from now, when they can see and hear, that unexpected things are good, that they don't hurt you, that they're things to be curious about. We encourage that curiosity, that natural, what's going on over there, rather than, ooh, what's going on over there? And that means that whenever they have a new experience, it needs to be positive. In the old days when we said we socialized our dogs, we thought that meant we took out a puppy and we exposed them to as many new things as possible. It didn't matter if they got scared, it didn't matter if they didn't like it. We encouraged them to do things even when they didn't want to do them. It's a little bit like how when I was a child, if I was feeling shy or awkward and didn't want to approach a group of kids, my mom would kind of shove me and say, oh, go on, Claire, don't be silly, you'll be fine. Well, I didn't really do anything to help my confidence. It probably made me dislike that type of thing even more than I did instinctively. Same holds true for puppies. There's all sorts of things that are pretty scary for a puppy. After all, they're living in a world that is entirely foreign to them. Our world is not their world. For instance, I do this all the time, multiple times a day. Well, we already saw you, so let's take Red Collar Girl. I pick them up. I pick them up and I feel like and I kiss them and I hug them and I give them all sorts of cuddles, and you can see Red Collar Girl is not enjoying that right now. You see, she's telling me, what are you doing, lady? Because in dog world, picking up is not something that happens. Kissing on the nose is not something that happens. Cuddling up to someone's face is not something that happens. So we want them to learn to like that. So you can see Red Collar Girl didn't like that. That's not how I normally do it, but I just did that to show you for demonstration purposes. And now because she didn't like it, I immediately released her from that, put her in a place where she's comfortable, but kept her so that she's still associating me with what's going on. So she's going to leave now thinking, oh yeah, that's that lady's smell, and that's a good thing. Now what we normally do is something a lot more gentle, where we just bring her up, we wrap her up a little bit more, so there's a lot more security than hanging on to her the way I was. We usually do a little rock, and then we do a really soft voice, and we only do it for that amount of time, and then we immediately put them back, So they're with their litter mates, because this is too young to start to ask puppies to be away from their litter mates. So all of this comes back to when you take your puppy home and you're socializing them, it has nothing to do with exposing them to as many different things as you can think of. It's all about exposing them to new things at their pace and making sure they're comfortable and making it a positive experience. If you have a very gregarious and confident puppy and they can go and do 50 things in the first 10 days, awesome. If you have a puppy who is more thoughtful, considered, and perhaps more cautious, and you only do one thing in the first 10 days, that's equally as fine. There is not a benefit to doing 50 over one, provided that it's positive. Now, you don't want to do just one. You do have to keep moving them along to some degree, but you want to do it at their pace and you want them to be comfortable. So this is why, rather than just having them stay here until we move next week, which would be much simpler for us, we're taking them today and moving them. So we're giving them a step towards, okay, we're going to give you a completely different place that you're going to live now. It's going to smell different, the temperature's different, it looks different, nothing is the same other than your mom's there and we're here. And get them to be like, okay, yeah, all right, I'm surviving, I'm comfortable here. So then when we take them in the car and we move them, it's not a big deal. Now we'll also put a whelping box into the vehicle before we move, and we'll take the puppies and put them in there. We'll drive around the block a couple of times so that they're also used to being in a moving vehicle. Because if you're a dog, cars are also not part of your life normally. And I always think cars must be so confusing for dogs. You get in this box and you start here and then you end up over here. Like, how the heck did that happen? But they just take it in stride. Dogs are really good. And this is all part of desensitization, where our dogs are happy and comfortable with all these different types of things. Hi, Beauty Queen. So that's what's going on with the puppies. Now, KyAnne had this week in her milk bar a bit of a hard spot because she has so much milk, as you can see by the size of the puppies. So we are no longer giving her much of an overnight meal. We've cut back how much she's eating. She would like to eat more. She's definitely not thin by any means. She's probably one of the better weighted mums that we have. Her coat's doing great. She's happy. So we want to make sure we don't develop a problem where she has so much milk that the puppies can't eat it all. I also don't want the puppies becoming so enamored with her milk bar that they don't want to transition to solid food. Because after we've moved them, we'll let them have a few days to settle in, and then we are going to ask them to start trying solid food. So we want them to start to think in their minds that the milk bar is not providing 100% easy, complete satisfaction. We want them to be craving something more, because that makes it easier for them to make that change over to eating solid food. Because nursing is not just about nutrition. Nursing is about comfort. These puppies, when you come on your puppy family visit day, will be almost weaned. But they will go nuts and attack Mama KyAnne when they see her during your visit at the end. And even though she'll have virtually no milk left, they'll be just gobbling it up as much as they can because of that comfort level. So there's a lot that goes on with nursing and with weaning a puppy that is over and above the nutrition part of things. So now let's go through each of the puppies, give you a little bit of an update on them, and give you a little bit of an update on their weight, which I must say is hard to believe. So everybody doubled their birth weight by day 5. Yeah, day 5. Normally, we look for them to double their birth weight by day 10. We're really excited if they do it by day 7. Day 5, yeah. Every single one of them. It's quite often we'll get 1 or 2 in a litter, but definitely never have we had the whole litter double its weight by day 5. Now, I'm not sure if you heard Green there, he was barking. And so they've also found their voices. Now you can see him, he's twitching away here as he's sleeping. Now we've all seen puppies do this. So sort of the folklore is, oh, the puppies are dreaming. Well, they're not actually dreaming. I mean, they may be dreaming, we don't know that. But what they're really doing is exercising. Because puppies spend 90% of the day sleeping, and the rest of the time they're eating, their muscles would atrophy and they wouldn't have any tone developing in them because they don't move. So again, nature's smart. Nature's got it all worked out so that the puppies do the herky-jerky move, and that is what is actually exercising. I really wish that nature could have figured that out for people. I would have really appreciated that, but however, it's only for puppies. Now you can see KyAnne is cleaning up this little guy here, and I can't quite tell who it's. It's green, thanks. And what she is doing there is stimulating him to go to the bathroom. They can go to the bathroom on their own pretty much now. However, she does like to be in control of this because this allows her to keep the box clean. So she is very vigilant about coming along and making sure that they don't have to go to the bathroom on their own and then pee on the carpet, because she does not like to have any pee on the carpet. That upsets her a great deal. So she's still really doing a great job here maintaining all the puppies. So while she's busy with green, we're going to start with blue collar boy, because we always do everybody in birth order. Now, if you remember when blue collar boy was born, you could hardly see any color on him. Look at how that beautiful color is starting to develop. He is so pretty. I think he should be a girl. And you can see his spots on the back are coming now too. Now, first when his first little pad got a color on it here, I thought it was black and he was going to be red and white. But if you look at his nose now that's starting to fill in, it's brown, just like his papa. So that means he is going to be a caramel. He is not red, he is not apricot, he's caramel. So this is our little caramel party, and I gotta tell you, I just love when these ears have the white and the color in them. It's like my girl Ripple's ears. Oh, so pretty. Mr. Blue, I love this guy. He is our clown of the litter. He's always doing something to make us giggle. He gets into the most interesting positions, and he's the one who is just like Mom and loves to use this towel as a pillow all the time. Now, Mr. Blue, when he was born, was a small guy, 183 grams. Today, he's 1,015 grams. So that's 1.015 kilograms. I can't believe how much he has grown. Yes, he's a good boy. And you can see he's just as wide as everybody else, even though he's the smallest puppy in the litter. He is still the smallest puppy in the litter. And then here, this is a fairly typical pose here that we've got with yellow collar boy. They eat so much that they go upside down. Actually, it's a trait of ALDs. And look at, that's how wide he is when he just lets it all hang out there. What a goof. So yellow collar, excuse me, who we're going to take a look at next, is our second born. And our wide load here is our gorgeous ebony tri. The tri, of course, meaning that he has the three colors, where you can see he's got his ebony, he's got those gorgeous copper highlights from being a phantom, and then he has white, which comes from being a party. So he is a tri. Mr. Yellow, well, you know, I'm not supposed to have favorites, but from the moment this puppy was born, he had my heart. I don't know why, especially ebony and white in Phantom is my favorite color combination for an ALD. There's just something about his face that reminds me of Ripple, and he has a really nice little way about him. He's right in the middle of the pack. He's not a leader. He's not a follower. He's pretty gentle, easygoing. I think it's because he was the first one to roll over and show us his tummy. I don't know. I don't know why. But see, okay, now see how he didn't like that so much? Because even though their eyes are open, all they really see is big blobs. They don't see anything. So when I come and get close to him like that, where I was trying to snuggle with him. It's quite startling for him. See, you can see he just opened his eyes a bit wider. So this is how we do it. We go up from the side, give them a little moment to get used to it, rather than coming head on and giving them a startle. So we're doing lots and lots of handling now. We also are going to put them very briefly up in the air like that. We're going to turn them over, give them a tummy rub. It's really helpful when KyAnne is here because that gives them a little bit of extra confidence. And then we just move them right back over here. And then we'll go back and do another. There, now we're not scared. Good. Mr. Yellow is 1.168 kilograms. Yes, there, now that's what we want, where they start to seek us out, where they use their nose to touch our nose, and if we're lucky we get a kiss sometimes, and they start to make eye contact. It's not real eye contact because they can't tell that they're looking at you yet. All I am is some big gray shape. But because they can hear now, they know my voice, and of course they know what I smell like. Hopefully I smell good. Red color girl is over here. Oh, sorry, baby. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you. Now you can see KyAnne is watching me very closely. KyAnne has the most remarkable eye contact. Sometimes it's a bit intense and a little intimidating. She's so serious about it. But she is a remarkably communicative dog with her eyes and her expressions. Now this is red color girl, and you see she's just kind of hanging out here, and she's totally relaxed this time. You'll remember she was the one who didn't like that last time. So it just goes to show you how easy it is to sort of reprogram their thinking. This little beauty queen is a chocolate phantom. Now she's not a tri because she doesn't have white on her. She has this gorgeous deep chocolate color and the copper highlights. And now she's fussing a bit, so I'm not going to hold her for too long because I don't want her to be unhappy, probably because she was nursing, so she's annoyed that I took her off the milk bar. She is 1.203 kilograms. And when she was born, she was 252 kilograms. So she's come a long way. There you go, sweetheart. Next we have Mr. Green. So the two ebonies are twins, and the two chocolates are twins, because both the ebonies are tris. Now Mr. Green is not quite as wide as everybody else. He's a little bit more concerned about his fashion-forward figure there. This little guy, oh, he's a little sweetheart. He's the quiet one in the group. You can see he's going to just fall asleep in my arms. Nothing bothers him. Nothing disturbs him. He is the one who will allow the other puppies to shove him out of the way. And he is never, ever pushy. He's a gentle soul. Now, when I give you these little synopses of their personalities, this is not what they're going to be like when you meet them or when you take them home. Their personalities are changing constantly. So I'm just telling you what they're like at the moment. So please don't think, oh, I want green color boy because I want the quiet puppy, because he could end up to be a hellion. Oh, well, that makes it a little hard for me to see when you lie on my book. Mr. Green is 1.073 kilograms. And when he was born, he weighed 252 grams. So beautiful weight gain, just doing a lovely job. And then last but not least, hello, Miss Red. Hi. So see, here's how we take advantage of an opportunity. Red was just having a big yawn. She happens to be looking at me, so I can just take the chance to give her a little rub under the chin, which all puppies love, and make sure that she is associating me with something good. Now, Mr. Orange. So Mr. Orange is our mega load puppy here. We need 2 hands to lift this ginormous fellow up. This guy was 200 and, well, we think he was 252. I didn't write it down when he was born, but I believe it was 252 when he was born. He's 1.326. It's hard to believe. 1.326, and he's not even 3 weeks old. Oh, and now he's going to be a fusspot. He is not a fusspot. He is kind of the gentle giant. The only time usually that he does this is if he's hungry and trying to get to the milk bar. Hey, sweetheart. Hey, oh, over here, take a look at me. Hey, so we try and distract him. Now he's yawning, partly because he's tired, but I could have just stressed him. Yawning is a stress signal. So I'll just let him get a sniff of me. And you'll often see me, I'll do this. I'll blow in their faces because that is one way they know it's me. They can smell my breath. And I can tell you if I've had a glass of wine, they don't like that. We'll put him back down there. Oh no, you stepped on your brother right in the stomach. Oh my goodness. There you go, everybody's gonna survive. All he really wants is to find a place to sleep. You see, he's trying to find somewhere to sleep underneath me. So that's our litter update for today. I hope you enjoyed it. One last thing, you'll see Red Color Girl here. She has got her head under the pig rail. And you saw Orange Collar scrambling over here, and he's got himself underneath my leg. Blue's right up against next to me. It is a natural thing for dogs to want something over their head. This is part of the sort of denning thing they like. This is what we build on. This is the natural instinct we use to work from to get them to like their crate. This will happen once we move to the new house in Deep Bay. I just wanted to point that out just because it was a good opportunity to show you with Red there with her head underneath. So I hope you enjoyed seeing these blob puppies. They really are Australian Labradoodles, I promise, not blobs. And watching them totter around on their 4 legs as they learn to walk. And our next update will be, what we're going to do is have that from Deep Bay, of course, and we're going to let the puppies and KyAnne get settled, and hopefully maybe us get settled a bit before we film the next update. So it will be around the 4-week mark, right when they're starting to get onto solid food, so that we just give all of us a chance to breathe, relax, and get into a new routine, because it's going to be entirely different for Reynolds and I as well. So I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you're on this litter list, you are going to be learning all about how to choose your vet, your trainer, and your groomer in the instructional video we send to you later this week. Thanks so much for watching.